Hi, my name is Demi, and I am reaching out to you from my channel, Dem's Words. So, today we are going to be talking about older women, younger men. And the specific topic is why do younger men like older women? So, if you are interested in this topic, I'm planning to do more videos on it. Please hit the like button, subscribe. I would love to hear from you. Please write comments. Let me know about your experiences. If you're an older woman that dates younger men, if you're a younger man that dates older women, or if you find older women attractive, But anyway, back to the topic. I was gonna put I thought to myself, oh, let me do like a list and maybe say like 4 or 5 things. And honestly, I wrote a couple of things that I'm not 100% if it'll wind up going over into a tangent and being more. So maybe at the end, depending, I may have to change the title. But I think first of all that this has been I think they call it what, the Oedipus complex, where younger men being attracted to older women. It's actually very common. I've spoken to a lot of men who I guess have had experiences with older women, and usually they're very positive experiences and that have left a long lasting impression on them. Now, they were more like flings, right? Taboo, something behind closed doors. So I'm actually glad to see that there's a lot of relationships out there, out in the open, where people are, older women are dating younger men or having long-term relationships, and it's not being fed like a fetish, right? But one of the reasons why I truly do believe I've spoken to some younger men, and I think that they've appreciated, let's say, our relationship, is because how genuine and open and transparent I've been. So I think that is one of the number one reasons why younger men like or prefer. The younger men who do prefer older women, I think that's one of the main reasons, is because they recognize, they're tired. They don't like the games that sometimes that younger women play. And I think that maybe younger women don't necessarily, they may not be playing the game. Some women do, right? Some may be playing games, but I don't think it's maybe all that they recognize that they're doing it. I think it's because older women know themselves better. Through our 20s, through our 30s, hopefully by the 40s, we've just figured out a lot from our life experiences. So we know what we like, we know what we don't like, we know that how to communicate that, and we actually wind up, what's the right word? We wind up avoiding a lot of drama. Let's put it that way, right? We avoid a lot of drama by communicating effectively right away. It's like, if I don't like something, I'm going to tell you. And my goal is not to put you down. And I think that is what the younger men appreciate it, because it's almost like constructive criticism and just saying, you know what, I don't like that. And then also for like the younger men, they don't know, right? So if you just let them know, oh no, I don't like that, they're like, okay, noted. We're not going to do that. And we can have a good time. We can enjoy each other's company. I know she doesn't like this. And it also is in a better type of setting or environment where the younger man can be genuine and open and transparent and know that he's not going to get like, put down or yelled at or whatever, right? He can actually voice how he feels as well. So I think that is probably one of the number one reasons why younger men do prefer older women. Now, another reason that older men, I have a little list here or whatever, but I think that older women are preferred by younger men is because we have different priorities, we have different needs. You know, most of the time, not always, right? But most of the times, we may have already been married, had children, maybe don't want to do that. I mean, there's some older women who are, I could say, in their 40s, and you know, they have their biological clock ticking and they want to get married and have children, and that maybe also work out, right? Because they're just saying it up front, so they're not going to waste anyone's time. If you're not looking for that, that's what I'm looking for, you know, and let's move on. But for me, right, I'm 50 years old right now. I've been married, divorced, can't have children, so there's not even on the table. And so it's, you know, when we're dating, my I'm not looking to necessarily get married. I'm not looking for to have kids. You know, that's not my life goals. Those are my priorities. So I actually am just looking for companionship. So I want to have a good time. Like I really, really want someone who I enjoy their company. So that actually isn't a that actually relieves a lot of stress in a relationship. You know, it's like you just got to be putting your best foot forward with me. But, you know, I'm not going to ask you, you know, down the line, oh, what is this relationship? Because I need to get married to have kids by this age, right? So that's not there. That's not there. That pressure is not there with me. Also, I'm not looking for someone to support me. I'm not looking to support somebody else, but I'm not looking for someone to support me either, you know, or support a family. And so I think that is probably another reason why younger men do prefer older women. Now, this down the line could cause a problem. You know, I actually did go through that where, okay, that person may want to have, you know, the younger man at some point may want to get married and have children, right? So I'm not saying that I would be opposed to getting married, but I can't necessarily have kids. So I don't know. With modern technology and, you know, egg donors and surrogates, I guess, you know, anything is possible. But I mean, unless you have a kabillion dollars to do that, like, whatever. Like, so what's another reason? Oh, big reason. I I think, okay, I'm only gonna speak for myself, but sex is important for older women just as much as younger men. And I think that, you know, the same way I said before, older women know what they like, they know what they don't like, they have figured out, or I hope you figured it out, how to convey what your needs are and making sure that they're being met. And I think that once if you just learn how to communicate what your needs are, but in a tactful, positive way, you know, not in a derogatory way, putting someone down or anything like that. You know, just saying like, "Baby, oh, I like it like this." Oh yeah, whatever, right? And so I think that that's really, you know, younger men like sex too. You know, like I said, I have, you know, I was with a 25-year-old. They like a lot of sex. So it's important. Like, it's important. But, you know, so I think, you know, you get to the point where you're both open-minded, right? You listen to their fantasies and they'll listen to yours, and it can make it's a lot of fun, and there's no hangups, you know, for the most part, you know. So I think that's a big reason why also that younger men like older women. Another reason is, which I actually, I did my little Google research, and one thing that came up a couple of times, which I was like, oh, I didn't even know that. And I would love to hear from the younger men out there, that they were saying that for men, for younger men, it's an ego boost to be with an older woman. So I don't know how much I feel about that, because you almost feel like, oh, like bragging in the locker room or something like that. But whatever. I mean, if that's the case, if that's true, then it's another reason, right? That, maybe that younger men like older women because it's like somehow boosts their ego, their self-confidence in themselves, if they were able to, I don't know, satisfy an older woman. I really don't know. I would definitely need to hear more from the younger men out there, their opinion or what they feel on that topic. I'm not 100% sure myself, but I'm not, like I said, I'm just kind of speculating. This is my opinion, and this is from my experience, but I'm not claiming to be an expert in this. I am just, saying from my own personal experience, these are the things that I feel that really helped like me to get along with younger men, because we seem to be on the same page for some of the more important things, right? Because when you think about it, the younger men, maybe, late 20s, and I'm going by my age, right? Where I've dated men in their mid to late 20s and early 30s, and, they weren't ready for marriage, or they weren't ready to have children. And, but, they want to be in a relationship. And I did find that we have, men want intimacy just as much as women. Like there's some men, yeah, they just want to go and, hit it and be done and just have sex or whatever the case is. But there are men out there, that I've had relationships with. They want intimacy, they want connection, they want, it's like they don't want that random anonymous sex. They want it to be more meaningful, right? To have a relationship or a connection with the person. And I think most people from their experiences have recognized that usually being intimate with the person is better when you have intimacy. And we know that those aren't necessarily the same things, even though it sounds like it. But, being intimate with a person doesn't necessarily mean that you have intimacy in that connection. But when you do have the two together, it does make a huge difference, So yeah, so those are some of the reasons right there. I would love to hear from, like I said, the younger men out there to tell me, what are their reasons. Did I miss something? I mean, I only said like three things, right? So I'm sure there's plenty of other reasons. But, and also from older women who've dated younger men. What do you think about that? Do you think that, those reasons are valid? And I do recognize, I'm going to put this in here because I do recognize that this might be a drawback. And this is something that I'm dealing with, right? And I'm looking, I actually have more of an intentional dating at the moment, where I have dated younger men in the past, or have been in situationships with younger men in the past, because I didn't feel that I was necessarily ready for commitment. So that could be, where a criticism where someone is saying, oh yeah, but you were fine with having a casual relationship with a younger man. And maybe that's why the younger men want to be with an older woman, because they just want a casual relationship and they don't want to be in a committed relationship. And that's true. That's true. There's plenty of men that says, you know what, this is way better. Like, let me be with an older woman who doesn't necessarily want to be in a committed relationship, because it just makes it easier for them. Like, they get all the benefits of being in a relationship, but they don't have to commit, let's say, long term. So yeah, so that is one of the things where I'm dealing with now, where I'm saying, okay, I want maybe long-term partner. So I have to look through men who maybe don't want children or already have children, because that is probably to me the only thing where I feel like I can't do, right? I can't provide necessarily. So yeah, I mean, that's honest talk. That's honest talk, and but I can't help but I just, and I go through that because I get tempted. I get tempted and I'm just thinking, well, I don't know. Maybe a relationship is like overrated. Like long-term relationship, I'm saying, I do still, I want someone to go out with and do things with. So anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. This is probably for my next video. So I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna cut this, and I'm gonna start a video about why older women like younger men, and then maybe we'll go into more detail about that.